when I was 16. I woke up one day and I had these two big chicks in my room and they're like, hey, we're taking you. I went to rehab for I was super young and I was there for a year. And I remember I didn't feel like anyone loved me after I went into rehab and my parents left me there. I was just the people that are programmed to love me don't love me and they just left me.
That's wild. I was like, what the fuck?
I forget people don't get that until they're like, what's angler? I'm
it's my fucking language. You know what I mean? I have a barrier. I'm like, angler. Okay. Okay. She's an angler, student pilot, and an entrepreneur. My guest, Jordan Jones.
I love it. The intro is so intense.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like a battle. It's like a fighting cage, That's why I feel I wanted to feel God damn, this is crazy. So how you been?
Cool. I'm good. I'm good. I've been busy. Yeah.
You're doing a lot.
I'm doing a lot. Yeah.
God. How do you do it? Because I feel usually we think of a man that is super busy and doing a lot of things, but when somebody sees you as a woman and you just the same, even more hectic than the guys are going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they call me the chaos coordinator.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm like a tornado of a human, really.
Okay. But that's funny. It's funny, though, because that's what makes you successful. How much can you handle?
Yeah,
right?
No, it's been good. Well, and I have 3 little boys, the 13-year-old, and then my twins are 4.
Ooh.
And they're wild and the sweetest little boys. But being a single mom with 3 boys, I'm on my toes.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of women take being a single mother as negative.
Yeah.
And by the looks of it, you're taking it as a positive.
I love my life. I live a great life. My feet hit the floor every day. I open my eyes. My kids are healthy. I'm I got everything I need. The rest is just icing on the cake.
So you're very grateful.
Very grateful. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that I've kind of been through and the history, my health history and different things over the years makes me, really literally, when my feet hit the floor, I thought at one point I would potentially be blind or paralyzed, and there was a whole spiel to this and all these things from a vaccine related event. And so long story short, every day I'm my feet hit the floor and I open my eyes. I'm woo!
Let's go.
I got today. It's great.
Were you always that grateful, or was it the things that happened?
I think I was pretty grateful, but that really opened my eyes because it happened right after my twins were born. And I just remember getting this news that they were saying that I would have this reality hit, that my whole life would change. And looking down at these little boys and rocking them every night and thinking, okay, what am I doing with my life and what do I want and what am I changing? It just shifts your whole reality when you're told that, you might not wake up and your feet might not hit the floor the next day.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so my whole life, I literally look at it every day and I'm you know what? I was you can't stop me. I'm I feel great.
It's crazy because I feel by the looks of it, and your energy, it looks like you take everything as a challenge, right?
I do. I love it, though. I'm one of those people that's kind of weird with it.
Oh, yeah, that it's just a game, right? It's a little
kind of
level.
Is. Well, and I think this last year I learned the most that we create our own limits for ourselves. It's not, what other people tell us, or maybe we believe in those things, but it's we are the only ones that create those. And the second you realize that you also get to create your reality, life becomes fun and it becomes you're powerful. And I'm trying to teach my boys that right now. I'm you got to do this. Whatever you want to do, that's so cool. That's your choice. Yeah. You got to run with it.
You know what's cool? I feel you being like that, it's so dope because your kids can mimic somebody who's like that already. Yeah. Because that's all we do. We just mimic. That's why you say totally you become the 5 people in your life, right?
I 100% agree with that.
Damn. Who taught you that?
Ooh, that one's a tricky one. So when I was younger, I think it goes back to when I was 16. I woke up one day and I had these 2 big chicks in my room and they're like, hey, we're taking you. I went to rehab for I was super young and I was there for a year. And I remember the people that I was around and who influenced me and how that changed my life at the time and changed me. But fast forward to now, as an adult, I would say the last couple of years, I cut out a ton of my friends.
Ooh, that's important.
And it was lonely. It was way lonely for a while, right? I'm sure you've done that.
Very.
And I was I want people around me that make me better, that challenge me, and that are not just in business or in one specific category, but maybe they're a better mom or a better dad.
Yes.
Or they're a better friend or just better than me. Really, I'm I want people that are top tier and hopefully I'm in someone's top tier at some point, but yeah.
Well, it's all about being amongst the best. You know, the type of competition you gain by that, dude, it's beautiful. Because it's not like a malicious competition. It's like a friendly competition.
No, one of the most successful people I know have an abundance mindset.
Oof,
you know? Like, we work together, we grow together, there's always enough for all of us. Like,
well, they say that people at the bottom are the ones fighting.
Yeah.
You know, the ones in the top are collaborating.
It's so true. And I love that you say that. They're collaborating. Yeah, they really are.
Yes, because that's what it comes to at the end of the day with money. It's just who can you work with in order to make it?
Yeah.
Right? Because I've tried to do it alone and it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, and I love what you had Keaton the Muscle on here not too long ago. And he's actually one of my like mentors and really good friends. And one of my like favorite things I've learned from him was it's not about who can serve you, but who you can serve and how you can like, the more you're trying to help other people, the more it's just going to come full circle. So
it's so true. I was talking to my girl last night and I was telling her how I'm happy because I'm trying to make her happy.
Yeah.
Because I've already made myself happy.
Love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, they try to make other people happy without being happy themselves and they just fuck it up.
Yeah.
Then not understanding that you need to love yourself first in order to love people, and then all of a sudden it becomes so beautiful.
Isn't that a game changer?
Yeah, and it's no longer a selfish mentality thing.
Yeah.
You know, you become bigger by doing more for others.
Yeah. Well, and when people like don't fit your expectations or your hopes, it's like you're not really let down because you're like, great, I can love you no matter where you are. Like I can love you right here or over there, like because I'm good.
That's why I feel like I personally don't never keep my guard up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, people will show their claws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when it does happen, then I make a decision.
Yeah, you get
Do I cut them off or do I keep them around?
I love that.
You said you went to rehab.
I went to rehab when I was younger.
What was that?
I don't think a lot of people know that. Wasn't planning on talking about that today. It just kind of popped out. No, that was when I was younger. But like I grew up with a really Mormon family.
Ooh.
And I was the youngest of 5. And not that I was a perfect teenager, because I definitely wasn't. Like I was trouble. Give me fair credit there to my parents. But they didn't know what to do with me. And I think that because I had tried drinking or different things. And for them, they're like, what do we do? Yeah. And so after 4 older siblings that were all pretty Mormon and religious and followed this path that, people kind of talk about in Utah here, but well, any religion really. Yeah. But I was the one that kind of strayed and I was a little bit of the wild child. And
you were the black sheep.
I was the black sheep. Oh, I still am. Yeah.
You just evolved.
I've evolved. But now we all love each other unconditionally. It's a really beautiful thing.
That's nice.
But yeah, it was actually one of the coolest experiences. I feel like that made me who I am because I was there younger. I graduated high school in rehab like a year early. Signed out. I was on my own, and like I've been on my own since. But what I learned the most in rehab was some of my favorite people are the ones that have been through the shittiest things.
Oh my God, that's why I don't like to have guests who had just never been through shit.
Yeah, no.
You posted a quote that really fucking hit my soul.
Yeah.
That said, at the end of your life, you don't want to be in your casket all pretty and well done and nice. You want to be scarred and have bruises and just say, holy shit, like that was wild.
Yeah, right? You gotta live your life, like, and love people, like, no matter who they are. And that's why I say, like, those people that have been through that, like, a lot of those kids in there, 'cause we were all teenagers, had been through either, like, incredibly abusive situations, drug addicts, sex addicts, or abuse, or different, all these different situations. And they have turned out to be some of the coolest people. Why? Because they learned to love people unconditionally.
Dude, I feel like they've seen the opposite of the spectrum. Yeah. They've seen what you don't want to become.
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't understand. They've always stayed in that like safe zone. Yeah. And it's always so like awkward. You don't know where you really belong.
Mm-hmm. No, I like the risk takers. Like if you're not jumping off the cliff, we're not going.
Yeah. Well, it's like, how they say, because I used to be very religious as well. Yeah. Like very religious.
Okay, not anymore.
No. Well, I am more spiritual now.
Okay. Cool.
You know what I mean? But I was very religious and I was always scared of letting God down.
Yeah.
Right? And I would live my life like that. But then I lived my life and I started fucking up and doing a lot of shit that wasn't God-like, Yeah. And then I had a choice to pick from. Now, instead of like fearing God, I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful ability to have. Not being afraid of life, but just like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I've been through it. I know how it feels. So that's a hard thing to go through. I mean,
it was hard. It changed everything for me, and it probably took like 10 years of therapy, if I'm being honest,
God damn.
to get through it, because I felt like as a young, like as a teenage girl, I felt like my parents had left me and fully abandoned me, and so like I was like, who's gonna love me, like that, and so my self-love and my expectation of people to love me was just shit. Like I was just wrecked for a long time, and I don't think I really saw it until later.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize that because you don't look at life as a teenager like that, you know?
And it's scary because that's all you have. When you're, let's say, 18, like you said, or even 19, that's all you know.
That's all you know.
That's so everything.
a long ways.
It's so
I still
bad.
have a long ways.
But everything feels so much, right? Because you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
Now, at this age, I can say like, yo, I've been through shit. That's not that bad.
I can do this again. I mean, I don't want it, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, especially, dude, that's why I love my 20s, because they were just like so beautiful. It was just fucking up after fucking up.
Yeah,
now it's like, now I can look back and be like, oh shit, that was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've learned so much at the same time.
Too.
There's 30-year-olds out here who still haven't gone through shit, and they're that close to just fucking up their lives at 30 years old.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you have to be willing to fail to figure out the next step, right?
So 10 years of therapy.
Well, I mean, I'm a big believer everybody should be in therapy, though.
Really?
Or have a coach or a mentor, like whatever it is, whether it's any type. My mom's a therapist, fun fact.
Really? Oh, shit.
So that was interesting.
That's a contrast.
And she's incredible, though. Like, I love my mom. But yeah, so I just think that everybody should have someone that can help them through things, you know, and even for me, like as a single mom and working, like for the last few years, like I didn't have an adult to talk to really. I mean, I had friends and stuff, but when it came to like business, I went to my freaking mentors or a therapist or whoever, and half the time I was like, hey, like, can I just talk to you about my business? Like, I just need to talk out loud because I'm talking to toddlers all day. Like, I just need someone to have a conversation with. You know, like people see the social media, but it's like I'm in front of a phone filming myself. I'm not like actually like I don't have a husband at home that I'm sitting and talking to and like bouncing ideas off of. So
that's important in life. You know, I feel like having a partner to, like you said, bounce ideas from, it's so good for your mental health.
Oh, it's awesome. Be able to call someone and be like, this happened and whatever. And for a while, I didn't do that. Like I didn't have that. So I paid a freaking therapist or a coach or, you know.
Well, it's crazy
so I can help
it is crazy because at the end of the day, you just need somebody to talk to.
That's really, right. Yeah, you figure out your own problems usually.
Oh, that's so true. I feel like when I'm, the reason why I've never been to a therapist, but I believe that if you need it, you should, right? I feel like when you're speaking to somebody, you hear your own bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you totally do. Like,
it's shit. And then you figure it out. Yeah, it wasn't nobody else's fault. It was my own fault. Yeah. You know? So how did this entrepreneur mentality start?
So I just really don't work well for other people. No, I'm just like I'm a chaos tornado of a human, if you will. Yeah. And I'm very passionate about like trying new things and fishing and whatever. But I did fly fishing for years, and I kind of just was obsessed with it, and it ended up growing into a social media, which ended up growing into content and me building a business and all the things that I do now. And it's just kind of been how I've ran my life. And I just couldn't work a 9 to 5 if I even wanted to, which I don't want to. It's hard for me. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not something I could fit into. I knew that I would thrive better. I have too many goals and too many things that I'm just like trying to chase that are not a typical fit in your box type of job. You know what I mean?
How many businesses do you have?
I have 2.
2?
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah, so I have my social media that you see now. Okay. And then I have an agency right now that helps girls build out there. So on mine, I've had an OnlyFans, which I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no.
But that's part. So I have 4 or 5 different like Instagram pages. Like I have a truck page. I have an office. Anyways, I have all these different pages.
The office one is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's the stupidest thing of my life. Can we just stop about this for a second?
What is it? Office?
Because it has been the dumbest thing of my life. Okay.
What is it called? It's Office with Jordan?
Office Days with Jordan.
Office Days with Jordan. What is that all about?
Don't look it up. So just for kicks, I've been watching the algorithm and what works. And I'm seeing these chicks grow these pages. Well, not even just chicks, like people. And right now with like Instagram specifically, the algorithm is picking up very niche content and short form and like better quality. If you can do 4K, like bonus, right? Yeah. Not that all mine is, because it's not a lot of it was just on a phone. But it's growing really fast. So I saw this other girl doing an office page and I'm like, I was like, that's the dumbest thing in my life. And I was like, I'm going to do it just for fun. And it grew. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, so now it's at 50,000 and like we got to that in, I think it was like less than 90 days, something in that frame. And I'm just like, I'm getting millions of views on a 4-second video of me freaking walking into the office in a freaking business suit. I'm like, I mean, you know, it's whatever it is.
But I mean,
there's other aspects to it, but
it's funny because like you're smart about it. You know what people want.
I'm not an idiot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like my main page is actually like, it's not even growing as much anymore because I'm posting stuff I love, like helicopters and fishing and funny stuff that I'm like, oh, that's funny. But nobody else thinks it's funny probably, but whatever. But then on my office page or my truck page, like the stuff that I'm like, okay, I'm going to make these 30 reels. We're going to film them in 45 minutes. That's the next month of content. Like,
and it's so niche. That's the important thing. It's so niche. You know exactly what you're going for and you get them.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I love that you saw that. It's so embarrassing. Like I debated on even tagging it anywhere because I was like, this is the stupidest thing in my life. I look like an idiot. But I was like, well, I'm making money, so I don't care.
When I saw you posting, I was like, oh, I know what she's doing. This is fucking dumb. Like,
I've got some good ones for the next month.
Okay. But it's so interesting. You know, a lot of people see it as they don't see the value of it. You know exactly what you're doing and you're playing a game.
Totally purposeful. Yeah, it is. And anybody could do it. Like even if your business isn't what my business is, it could be anything. But you could, what's crazy cool, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, is they could build a page similar to like even just my truck page. Okay, I don't know if you've seen that one. It's just all I have is my truck in every video. Yeah. That's it.
But it's niche. It's a niche.
But I could eventually change the username. Yeah. I could delete all the content and I could put up your podcast on there and I could sell it to you with 50,000 followers. Like
that's so true.
I could sell it to you for 20 grand tomorrow. Like that's how that could be a business. I mean, I should be doing that, but I don't. I use it all for my other stuff. But like it's a crazy, wild opportunity. And I don't think people see that. Mm-hmm. But I've also been doing this for a long time. And so I think when people are starting, like some of these girls that I'm helping build out their social medias, they have no idea. They're like, wait, what? Where do I tag this? And it's not their fault. Like they just haven't done it. You know what I mean? And I forget. I'm like, oh, I've been doing this so long. It's just like my daily. But the algorithms are constantly changing, like how to put content up, what to do. And everyone, the first thing they always say is, they're like, I'm not ready, or I don't have I don't have a videographer. I'm like, no, you got a phone. You have everything you need right there. You can start.
Dude, I hate when people say I'm not ready. And I saw Keaton talking about it, how he's never been ready when he's done something. Mm-hmm. Like it just happens, right? And there's a power in just, like you said, being in the tornado and getting through it. Like that shit, it's so beautiful. And a lot of people don't see the value of just throwing yourself and seeing if you can fly or swim.
It is, okay, so I feel like they've found out that there's two things that like the most successful people I know, sorry if you're like, I'm like, I feel like the two common traits that most successful people have, one, gratitude.
Yes.
They're always very grateful. One. They don't sit in their shit.
No.
Number two, they're willing to jump even if they're not ready or whatever it is. And they're scared shitless. They're the ones that are like, I'm going to go for it. Right? And it's really like, that's the difference I feel like between people. And those are the people that I want in my tribe. Yeah. I want the ones that are the risk takers. And maybe we fail a lot, but then we get, we'll find our wings on the way down. I don't know.
We fail together.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that failures is just another way of learning.
It totally is. Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm afraid to fail, but they don't understand the more you fail, the more you learn. Mm-hmm. So the name of the game is learning.
Yeah.
Knowledge. So as much as I can learn, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So if I don't think I'm ready, that means that I'm just not doing enough.
Yeah.
Once you do enough, then you don't even know you're ready. You just are.
You're just there. Yeah. You're like, here I am. Well, that's what I did with freaking pilot school or like getting my pilot license.
That's crazy, dude. You're out here flying.
Yeah. So I started to get my pilot's license with my training in November. But I didn't even think that this was going to be something I would do in my life. It wasn't something I planned. I went in a helicopter the first day and I got out and I was like, I'm going to do that. And then I signed up and here I am and I'm addicted. It's like my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Are you about to graduate?
No. So my goal was to graduate in March, but I think I'm going to have to push it to May.
Why is that?
Just so busy. Hectic? I'm just like building my businesses right now, and then my boys, and I homeschool my twins, and just life is crazy, and it's There's just no way.
You have all kids, right? All boys?
All boys.
Damn,
Boy mama.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, and they're like the raddest little dudes. Like my dudes all ride dirt bikes. They all freaking fish and just like the coolest little guys ever.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you're an angler.
I'm an angler.
What is that?
I love this. I love it that you asked me that. Yeah, no, everyone's like, what's an angler? Unless they fish. So I fly fish. So, angler is just a term for like someone that fishes, essentially. And just addicted.
Wait, an angler is one of the fishes?
No.
Okay, now I'm so confused.
sorry. Someone that fishes. Like if you fish, you're an angler, right?
Okay.
So
what's the difference between a fisherman and an angler?
it's the same thing.
Oh, same thing.
It's just the same thing. It's not even, it's like entrepreneur and like business owner. It's like the same thing. You know what I mean?
Somebody decided to be cool and be like, nah, I don't want to be called.
I'm an angler. Now I feel stupid.
Is there a meaning though? Because angler, like I don't know. I feel
like I need to Google it now. I haven't thought that hard.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, dude. No, I feel like you are a different type of woman.
Yeah.
You are not just a businesswoman, but you know what you're doing. And that's very rare, even with people. I don't
feel like I know what I'm doing all the time.
See, that's the beauty in there too. You have no idea. You just do it.
I'm just doing it. I'm just living my best life. I'm like, I got today. Woo!
I feel like just doing it is more important than knowing how to do it.
Everybody that's doing anything incredible probably had no idea what the fuck they were doing.
Dude, oh my God, that's so
They just
true.
believe that they're like, I'm going to do it. You know how many people have told me when I was like, oh, I'm going to sign up for getting my pilot's license. They're like, you don't have time. I'm like, I'm going to buy a heli this year.
Ooh.
Some of the people closest to me are like, there's no way.
They're like, how?
I'm like, okay, watch me.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a few more months, but like, watch me.
Yo, there's power in people not believing in you.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get so put down by that. And I'm like, it's not their job to believe in you.
Yeah.
It's your job to make them believe. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's your job to make them believe in you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get caught up in that like fancy, oh, I can't wait until people believe in me. They don't believe in you until you make it. You know? Even when you make it, they're still like, they might fall soon.
Yeah, it's hard. I have a problem with that. Like, it's become a big thing for me. Like, that's how I started fly fishing. So I had a guy tell me, I was like, I love this. And he was like, oh, this is a guy's sport. You can't fly fish. I was like,
watch me.
That started that one. But I'm like, I love it. I'm going to do it. Like, no one's going to tell me I can't.
Yeah,
it's like a thing, too, in my house. Like, my little boys, they had their first dirt bike race. They're 4. My twins are 4, right?
Wow.
And they had their first little dirt bike race this past weekend. And they go through all these practices. These guys are just like rallying these little dirt bikes. Like, they are talented, okay? And I'm like, yes. Like, I taught them a year and a half ago. I put a dirt bike track in our backyard. Like, I've had them going.
Cool.
But we were doing this practice like the hour before the race, and the race is literally on the same track that they race.
Oh, dang.
And right when we said, okay, it's the race, they both panicked. And they were like, They
got anxiety.
Yeah, they were like, I can't do this. And like, I learned, I was like, I have to teach my little boys that I can't be in their vocabulary. Like, it's just not okay. Damn. And I know that sounds maybe a little extreme, but like, we had a big conversation about it and like leaning into the fear. And I'm like, oh, you gotta kind of just, it's normal. You're gonna feel it. You gotta lean into it. You gotta get out there, get on the track. And I'm hoping this next one they'll race.
Anxiety is the craziest shit because I feel it every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time before episode, I feel it.
Yeah.
And I'm so scared, but then because I meet new people, like this is the first time seeing you, and I'm like, oh shit, how's it gonna go? Is it gonna look good? Are we gonna fuck up or some shit, you know? And all these things go through your mind, but as soon as you get there, it's just like everything goes away.
Goes great.
You know? And it's that fear that really cripples you.
Oh, I get it. Like the second we were talking before the mics went on, and I felt fine. The second the mics went on, I'm like, why do I look so weird?
but that's what I'm saying. People think that it's like people like us who are constantly in the cameras.
Yeah.
They think that we just naturals, and it's like no, we go through the same
leaning into
emotions. Yeah. You just go through it. Exactly, dude.
It's a thing.
Breaking through walls is the most amazing feeling.
Yeah.
So, what's next for Jordan?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Well, I want to get the heli this year. That's big for me. That's a big goal for me. But I'm just obsessed with it. It's not going to go away anytime soon. So that's a big one. I really want to be able to do that at least by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that might mean like helicopters are super expensive. I might buy one with a partner or do something like that to make it possible. But I really am working on building out my agency right now to help these women with certain things that they're trying to accomplish, and building out my team. Hiring's been tricky. That's been big. But this year I want to be able to, in 6 months, I want to shift all my content And I don't really want to explain why, but like I want it to shift into just the things that I really love.
Okay.
But I'm going to focus on YouTube and take a whole different leap in another direction.
Okay.
So I'm building everything right now a certain way, and then I'm going to shift gears entirely, which is going to be kind of weird, but it doesn't make sense, but it does to me in my head.
Well, you're living ahead, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the craziest thing, that people like you usually are living so far that people, it's hard for them to understand because they're not catching up soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I hired Keaton as my mentor, and we mapped out the next like year and a half. And I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want to accomplish. And he's fucking baddie. And sorry if I swear on this.
Oh, it's all good. Okay. Dude. We out here. We don't give a fuck.
I'm like, no, but he's awesome. I mean, I told him, I said, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is what I don't want to do, and da 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 da. And we mapped it out, and he's one of those people that I consider to be, a level above me, and I feel like was like, let's do it. He never tells me, like, if I text him, I'm like, I'm going to do this. He's like, okay, do it. I'm like, yes.
I know it sounds so cliche that it's like, oh, you got to do it. But at the end of the day, it's so basic.
It's so basic. We had, I started my first, like, women's coaching group this, like, a month ago. And I brought in a ton of women in my house. And we went through we're going to set all our goals for the year, right?
That's so dope.
And then, like, map them out. But I had everybody go around and say their goals. But then I was like, I want you to say the one goal out loud that you never say out loud. That you're like, it scares the shit out of me, or I can't have it, or that's too vulnerable. Yeah. And the second people opened up about those and said them out loud, like, people were crying, and it was impactful, and it was like, those are the ones we're going for. Like, as a group, we're like, we're going to chase this. Like, and it was really cool to see that. And I'm hoping everybody's on board. I mean, I even said some of my goals that I was like, I hate saying that out loud. But it was great.
Some of your goals scare you.
Yeah.
Right? They're so big that it's like, how the fuck am I going to get there? But that energy of like, how? It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I bet when you started your whole journey, at the beginning, it was so scary. And you were just like, fuck. But it was just that, like, obsession, like you said. I don't know if you've seen the Adam Sandler movie, the basketball movie.
I don't think so.
Dude, it's so beautiful. He talks about how you can only make it if you're obsessed.
I so agree.
Because obsession lets you go through those hard days.
Yeah.
That it's like, fuck it, I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to go to sleep. Let me just go to sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be a whole new day.
Yeah.
And that feeling of just like not giving up, it's so beautiful, dude.
It totally is.
It
becomes, overwhelming.
Yeah, fuck. What's been the hardest thing you've been through, and how'd you get through it?
I think, well, kind of going back to like when I had my twin boys, I had 3 little boys by myself. I was in the middle of a legal battle that was over 6 figures every year. And trying to go from being a stay-at-home mom to like, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to take care of these little boys? And then I find out that, I could potentially have this disease that was life-changing, where I could, anyways, I think I talked about it earlier, but I was like, shit, what am I doing with my life? Like, that really was hard. And how am I going to do this? And what do I want? And, kind of going into like the OnlyFans, a lot of people, the second I say I do OnlyFans, they judge the shit out of me. Yeah. Which I really could give 2 fucks less, because it gave me one thing. And at the time, when I found out this diagnosis said possible diagnosis that I might not be able to do these things in 5 years, I was like, what do I want the most? And I was like, I want time. Yeah. I want time to live my life to the fullest and to be like bruised and to get into my grave like just fucked up. You know what I mean? Like just like I lived a really good life and I loved my people and I had that time with my kids. And so that was the hardest time in my life, but it was the best time for me because it made me who I am today. Like, someone was attacking my business. I got my main page taken down. Some other stuff had happened and just hit after hit after hit. Oh. And I was just like, at the end of the day, though, I sat down last night and I was like, man, life's pretty good. I was like, my kids are healthy. I'm healthy. We have it all. Like, and I really mean that. If you have time and you're healthy, like, you have everything.
That's crazy how much value you got from getting to that opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, being a single mom and no money and...
Oh, dude, and like having that trouble, like being close to possible death. You know what I mean?
It was really freaking scary. It was really scary.
But that's why I'm a big believer that you need a moment in your life that really like tests you. Yeah. Who the fuck are you? You know, and it really... you know, you heard the term new level, new devil?
I've never heard that.
Dude, oof.
New level, new devil. That's rad.
It's how people believe that they're going to reach something.
Yeah.
And it's finally, it's going to
I
feel
took it a
so
different way.
good. Yeah. And it's like, no, you get here.
It's not the same.
It gets harder.
Yeah, no, it is.
But you become stronger.
Yeah.
Thus making everything easier.
Totally.
It's the weirdest thing.
It is
dude.
a weird concept.
Yeah,
it
dude.
is.
And I feel like with your situation, it's like you learned what it's like to be scared. Like actually be scared.
So scared.
Illness is a real thing where you become very vulnerable. You become very like, you go back to the basics of being a human. Mm-hmm. Like we're here to die in a way.
We're all gonna die.
So it reminds you.
Literally, yeah, it's coming.
Dude, I don't know anyone who's gonna survive this shit.
We're all in it together.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can flip me off all day. I'm gonna wave at you. Hey. Sorry.
We all headed
We're probably gonna have to cut that out.
I don't care, dude. We out here lit. We don't care.
No filter, and I really try.
Nah, dude, we're not cookie cutting this show, so we're lit,
good,
you know.
good.
So I wish people experience success and they experience the struggle, like the hardest points of struggle and the hardest points of success. Mm-hmm. Just to understand that being in that middle is what keeps you going. Yeah. Just like you say, you're a tornado, but it's the most commonest part of a tornado?
Oh,
it's the inside, right?
Yeah.
While everything is fucking up, you know, it's the inside that it's calm and it's actually really nice inside.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that life is all about living in that middle.
Yeah.
That's
the best way. I haven't even thought about it like that. I just think about me fucking shit up.
Because, dude,
that's
life
actually real, though.
Life keeps going.
Real.
No matter what. Yeah. You feel bad today, it keeps going. Mm-hmm. You feel bad, it keeps going.
But that's the difference between, like, when I'm picking people to be in my circle and me, like, pulling people out of my friends group, was the ones that had the mindset. Like, I do feel like everyone goes through shit.
Oh, 100%,
But the ones
dude.
that sit in their shit, I'm like, I can't do this with you, nor will I. Like, I love you. Pick yourself up. Or I can't pick you up for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be there for you, but I can't pick you up.
Yeah, well, dude, I'm a big believer that it's better to pick your own shit than be given shit, right? Because if, like, let's say I put myself in a hard situation, like a business plan or something, I've picked my shit, right? A lot of people live life like, oh, if I just don't do that, if I don't put myself in that, then I'll be okay. No, life will give you shit every single day. You know what I mean? And it's like, sometimes it's even harder shit than somebody who's actually building a life for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, like you're gonna get tested every single day, no matter how simple you are. You're gonna get tested.
Well, it's the law of attraction too, right? Like what you're focusing on, you're gonna get more of. I really believe that. Yeah,
dude. It's I don't know. I feel like the most amazing humans are the ones that can handle the most. You know, and if you can't handle shit, then you're not gonna get the cool shit in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to be able to endure it.
The contrast.
What's that quote? I'm gonna wreck it, but it's like God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I'm like, ooh, every time shit hits the fan, I'm like, ooh, dude, I'm one of the strong ones.
No, but isn't it like real shit? Isn't it crazy that when you're going through a lot of bullshit, automatically your brain goes into like, ooh, something big is coming. Isn't it weird?
It's actually really cool.
It's so dope.
It's so wild. Like what I told you with my business. Do you know how many of my people, this is how rad my tribe is, like how many of them text me and they're like, I was like, I think my business might be like toast.
Ooh.
Like if they're going after, they didn't just go after my one account, they went after all of them. So there's a whole story to that. So they went after my whole business and it's all online. So it all got attacked.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I just was like, I'm just going to sit here for a second, figure out what I'm going to do. And I'm like, I'll be fine. And I had all my people message me and be like, hey, something better is coming. Like if this goes down, like something better is coming. And I was like, I feel that. And so that was pretty cool to have that support around me. And like nobody let me sit in my shit. Nobody wanted to hear me whine. Yeah. And I don't want to be that person. Everyone was just like, oh yeah, something better's coming. I'm like, yeah, something's better. Yeah, it's going to be way better.
Well, it's like you get what you give. You know what I mean? If a lot of shit is happening to you, but if you're just like, nah, fuck fuck it. This is challenging. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What can we get out of this?
Yeah.
You're going to get something out of it.
Always. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I love your energy.
Dude,
I didn't even know who you were. No, I didn't listen to any of your podcasts on purpose because I didn't want to know anything.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I love people like The Muscle, Keaton. You know, I love it because it was just like, all right, bro, what the fuck? Like, we're just having a conversation.
Isn't he awesome? Doesn't he pump you up?
Oh, hell
He's
yeah,
incredible.
dude.
Yeah.
I get to his house and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm just like, I thought I was cool. It's like, fuck. No, there's other.
Or all his cars like parked out front and everything. Yeah. Helicopter. And, you know.
I was just like, damn, like this is, I feel like it's important to have examples of what you want to become in life.
Yeah.
And have the energy around you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that I was in the room with him, all of a sudden turned something on. And then it's like, oh, I can't let go of this energy.
Yeah.
It's like capturing a little of a rainbow in a bottle. It's like, oh shit,
Isn't
what
that
I do with
crazy?
this?
Well, I knew Keaton back when he lived in a townhome, and
That's crazy.
It was way before all this, right? Now he's got like a beautiful wife, Maddie. Did you meet her? She's darling.
No, I haven't met her yet. I would like to have her on the
girls.
show because the fact I want to learn about women who have to go through that. How do you handle a man like that?
Yeah.
That is a really interesting thing.
Well, and I think he gets a lot of these guys get like a lot of attention, and she's just this awesome, supportive, like wife and incredible person. You should have her on. She's really cool.
Yeah, no, I would love to. That would be really cool.
But them as a couple, like, and watching him have this beautiful family and like everything that he's built from who I knew, I was like, anyone can do it. It's just cool. Well, not anyone. I mean, Keaton's a special person like that, but it's cool to watch people transform. And he chose that.
It is funny though, because it really is. Anybody could do it.
Yeah.
But it's about deciding who. There's a day that you just say, it just turns on. Mm-hmm. And then you can never look back.
You can't.
It's like the universe sometimes gives special people goggles with only one rule. You can never take them off. Once you know this energy, once you know what you can do in life, you can never go back to being normal.
No.
It's fucked up, dude. That's why I'm a big, I don't know if you saw the episode with Keaton, but we talked about not taking energy drinks or not doing caffeine or anything.
Yeah.
Because I have this energy. And I'm like, bro, if I take an energy drink, I'm going to pass out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm already fucking crazy. I already want to do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that, dude. I'm up like till 3 a.m. sometimes. And I'm like, how the fuck am I not tired? I did so much, dude. Because I just got a new house and I'm working on it. And then I do this. And I'm like, I'm up at 2 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, why can't I not go to sleep? You know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm so excited to wake up in the morning. I'm not the type of guy who wakes up like at 12 p.m. I'm just excited to get up, you know? Yeah. So, but wherever you're headed, I think it's a good place.
Thank you.
You are doing so much, and it's not just doing it. It's like you're having fun while doing it.
I love it.
I see that energy. I feel like you're just, what's next?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm happy. I really mean that. My feet hit the floor. My kids are healthy. I'm healthy. Like, that is literally my life motto. I'm like, if I have that, I'm great.
Damn.
Like, I don't have anything to complain about. Like, the second you face, like, not having your health, I think everything else falls apart. Like,
yeah, dude, nothing else matters after that.
I heard this from someone the other day, and he says, if I was going to give you $1 million tomorrow, but you're going to die the next day, would you take it?
Nah.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, fuck that.
You'd go spend every second you had with your family and your loved ones.
Yeah, that's so true.
At the end of the day, what matters most, so.
That's the fucked up thing, though. We don't value our days like $1 million. We just treat it like it's a fucking coupon for the store.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess.
Yeah.
When in reality, just waking up is the most expensive shit you'll ever earn.
It really is. It's made me like change everything, like even to like having invites for like really rad things, like parties or events. But I'm like, I have my kids that day. I'm like, I can tell you all day what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go be with my kids. Like, great, you guys are cool, but like, I made these ones. Like, they're mine.
That's so crazy, dude.
But,
the fact, that's always so crazy to me that women have kids. Like, that's fucking
You guys don't have any yet?
No, I don't have one yet. But I'm scared. That day when I'm in the fucking doctor, oh my God, dude.
You're scared?
I'm kind of scared because I'm just like, oh shit, like another human?
It is a lot.
And what if he's like me? How am I going to fucking handle him? Like,
Karma.
Like, I've been a pretty good person. Come down.
Okay, then you'll be fine.
Just for a couple of years, man. It's all good. It doesn't really,
No, it'll be great. It's the best thing in the whole wide world.
Damn.
Like, changes your whole, like, meaning. Your life becomes very meaningful at that point, I feel
Would you say that your kids are your purpose?
Absolutely. Yes. And creating, like, so, like, everyone's like, why are you getting your helicopter, your pilot's license or whatever? I call it helicopter license. And I know that's wrong. It's a private pilot's license. But it's to fly helicopters. Anyways. Yeah. I'm like, because I want to take my kids to do rad shit. I want to go in and be like, guys, we're going to go to Lake Powell today for a day.
Oh,
like,
dude.
You know what I mean? Like, how cool is that? Like,
So
I want to do
fucking
anything I can to give them the best life experiences. And at the end of, like, my life, I want to know that I, like, gave everything I had to that and to, like, making memories with them. But, like, the big things down to, like, reading them a book or, like, just holding them when they just need to be held and loved. Like, that's my freaking purpose. The rest is just whatever.
God.
You know?
That's going to be beautiful that the reason why I like this show and just like podcasting and content as a whole is because I feel like someday your kids, they're going to be 30.
Yeah.
And they're going to see this and be like,
oh, I hope they do.
Wow, my mom was so fucking cool.
I hope they see how much I love them. No,
well,
I
it's
think
scary.
they know,
It's scary because I feel like we never had that chance to see our parents saying how much they loved us when we were kids.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah. Now they're going to have the opportunity to be like, fuck, they actually were doing a lot for us.
They were doing a lot. No, I think about that all the time. My dad's like my hero, and I post him on my social, and everyone kind of, after you follow me for a while, everyone's like, oh, we love your dad. But he like was up in the morning, like 2:30 every day and working, and like that guy worked so hard. And I didn't really get it, you know, and then
well, now you see it.
now I'm like, you're my freaking hero. Like, you never even slept and you were at every game. And, you know, I'm like, I don't know how you felt. You probably felt like a zombie that whole time, but you're there for everything.
It's so scary because now you can understand, you know, now you have kids and now you're like, it's so hard to make time.
Yeah.
And the fact that you make time for something, it's like.
You make time for what's important.
Dude.
When people are like, I don't have time. I'm like, well, I'm not important.
That's so true. Holy shit. No, it's true. Like a lot of people, you know, even when relationships, when somebody's like, oh, he's not texting me back. It's like, bro, she just doesn't fuck with you. Yeah. Or he doesn't like you. Yeah. Because if they did, they would be like this. Like, how are you? What are you doing? You know?
It's such a thing. It is such a thing. I believe in that. Totally.
So if you could go back in time to a young Jordan, what would you tell her?
I would tell her that she is very loved and incredibly capable of big things.
Do you think a young Jordan didn't know that?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't feel like anyone loved me. After I went into rehab and my parents left me there, like I was just like, I literally was like, what am I doing? Like the people that are programmed to love me don't love me and like they just left me. Like, you know, what am I doing?
Yeah.
That sucked balls. Like, it was awful.
Dude, but it's scary as a kid because, you know, my parents came to this country when I was very young and they just left like a month of each other, right? Like 3 months of each other. And I never knew why. I didn't understand. At that point, I really thought nobody loved me. You know,
like they left you here?
No, in my country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at that point, I was like, damn, does anybody even love me? And, you know, I had trouble with my grandma and things like that. So it was like, I was like 7, 6.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it was just like, I really thought nobody loved me. And I learned how to become my best friend. I bet you did too.
You
like,
have to.
Dude, it's so beautiful when you can just have a conversation with yourself. And that's why I feel like I don't need a therapist.
You're like, I got myself.
I've been my therapist my whole life, dude. Because if you're actually super honest with yourself, I'm talking about super honest, then you don't need a therapist. Because
you know your own answers.
You know your own answers, exactly. And that's why, you know, sometimes I sit down and I'm like, dude, you know you fucked up. You know you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, I do think there's certain things that, like, for me, like, learning how to, like, validate other people was a big one for me. I didn't quite grasp that for a long time. Like, that we can have totally different opinions. Yeah. And neither has to be right. Yeah. But I can be like, that's great. I love that. I love that for you. And I can really mean that and not have to like think the same way you do and be like totally cool and maintain a relationship or friendship or whatever. Long time I was like, what? No, that's not how it is. Yeah. So I needed therapy. But you know, here we are.
I feel like that's the problem with the internet right now. You know that everybody's like, I have to be right.
Oh yeah, I love those people. They just increase my engagement. I'm like, please continue.
I know. And it's like they're always like contradicting themselves.
They like fight on the feed. You're like, thank you. Someone get them going. This is
Dude,
great.
I have some clips, and I bet you do. I know you do as well. But it's like they're still fighting, and they've built like a whole community around them.
I love it.
It's crazy, dude.
Sometimes I'm like, ooh, should I delete that? I'm like, no, the engagement's really increasing, so I'm just gonna leave it.
Let it happen. Let it become its own monster.
I'm just making more money, so it's fine.
No, but dude, thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been an amazing conversation, dude.
Love it. Yeah.
I feel like we've learned a lot from you.
Thanks.
And I can't wait to have you back, dude.
Yeah.
What do you got to tell the people? Where can they find you?
Oh, well, if my pages don't get taken down, Relentless Angler on social media, or Relentless Mama, MOMMA. Yeah, probably on any platform. I'm Relentless Angler.
And to you guys, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with us right now. With Jordan.
Love it.
And your host, Maikon.
Yeah.
And Jordan, I'm on a mission.
What? You're on a mission?
Yeah.
To do what?
I want to get Post Malone on this show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Okay.
working hard.
Well, I know people that know Posty.
Ooh, see, I'm telling you.
He's got a house here too, doesn't he? So.
Yeah. Well, he's a local pretty much.
Posty. Okay, guys, we got to get Posty on here.
Hey, you know, it's manifestation to the fullest.
Yeah,
you know?
it's happening.
Yeah, it is. It already happened. We're just trying to get there.
We're just getting there.
You know? So.
Love it.
And Jordan, I've been trying to say something for the longest time now. And people don't listen. And it's hard because I'm like, people, please, right? Guys, from the bottom of my heart, please stop cheating. People got to stop cheating, Jordan.
Oh, cheating.
You know what I'm saying? Stop
I know. I was wondering what that is. Like, what do you mean? What kind of cheating?
Every kind of cheat. You know, a lot of people used to tell me like, oh, is that cheating on your partner? And I'm like, no, cheating on yourself as well.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody's cheating out here. They're cheating. They say they're going to do something, never do it.
Yeah, you got to follow through.
You know, you say you're going to go to the gym, you end up eating a hot dog.
I'm not going to lie. I did that this week.
Stop cheating, Jordan.
I ended up at Beta's. There's too many cars.
Oh, no, fuck. Betas are too good.
But I'm at the gym every other day at 5:30, okay? I was like, once in a while is okay. Sorry.
Yeah, the California burritos, they slap, bro.
I know, I'm sorry.
At 2 a.m.?
I'm like, I really just wrecked that. But I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? But it has to stop, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I stand for. That's my motto. Stop cheating.
I love it. I support that.
Hell
Minus
yeah.
the Betos part.
Hey.
Oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. At least I was honest, okay?
Yeah, at
I
least
cheat
you're
myself
honest.
with a lie in the moment.
No, but yeah, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That was awesome. Love you guys. Go to sleep early, drink water, and love yourself.
Love
Peace
it.
out.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet.
Dude, that was dope. That was
great.
fucking dope,
That was
dude.
great.
You killed it. You're like a natural, dude.
So did you.
Hell yeah.
You have really great energy.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to. If you don't have a good energy, then who are you?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm like impressed with you.
Thank you, dude.
You need to be doing. Are you doing more on social? I'm like, I feel like you need to just do more of your reels of what you think.